Welcome to our show Tagtainment, Zindagi Rangon Ki. I'm your host Maryam Fatma and I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Well, we should start this show. Before I start, I need to tell you this show is about every little topic that you want to discuss. So our Facebook page and our Twitter page is linked below on our screen. So do not forget to look at it and follow us, give us your suggestions because your suggestions are very important for us. So starting with our show, we're going to discuss an amazing season known as summer. We all know it's summer and it's beautiful. It's, you know, all you need is to take your sunglasses and your heels out and enjoy the summer. So talking about summer, I'm also going to teach you about mangoes. We're going to listen to some amazing songs all related to summer, and yeah, and I'm pretty sure most of the people are all ready with summer with their beautiful clothes out. You have your sunglasses because you know the sun. You have to hide yourself with the sun. You don't want to forget to put sunscreen on because that's not good. But at the same time, you do want to enjoy the summer. No hats, no gloves, no jackets because that's a lot. No boots, and you want to take your beautiful heels and wedges out because again, as I said, summer is always good. So I'm going to tell you some more facts about summer. Well, first of all, schools are off. That means summer is all enjoying time, activity time. You go out for outdoor sports and you play so many games. You go out for parties, late night parties, and all these restaurants, they have their outside patios. It's again more fun with the family, with friends, and you don't have to carry no luggage with the boots, hats, or anything. You go on vacation, and you don't have to just go on vacation, you know, in your own country. You can go outside of the country, and you can enjoy from there as well. Also, family picnics. Those are so important. You want to bond with your family, but at the same time, you want to enjoy, right? And you get to go to the beach. Especially in Canada, the Wasaga beach is the most famous beach to go to. So that's one more thing about summer. And how do you celebrate summer? This is what I want to know. And if you guys want to tell us how you celebrate it, then why don't you let us know on the link that is listed below with our Facebook page and our Twitter page. Also, I want to tell you more about summer. Summer is in Pakistani and Indian culture. Summer has this amazing festival that's called Basant, where you get to enjoy with kites. It's basically like a kite fight, but with the family fight, because two families are going to get together and they're both fighting whose kite is going to win and stay in the sky. So that's also another good event to start with. I've seen a lot of people enjoying that in Canada. There are restricted areas where people can have fun with the kite fight. So I think you guys should also check that place out. And then summer has the longest days. Summer is known to have the most longest days, and the longest days could be 19 hours. There is one day in the year which is 19 hours, and from there they go, you know, to 18 hours, 17 hours, and they have very small nights. Since I'm already talking about summer, why shouldn't we go ahead and listen to another amazing song of summer? But before, let me tell you what this song is about. We're going to listen to the song Chittiyan Kalaiyan from the movie Roy. In the movie, we have Ranbir Kapoor, it's Arjun Rampal, Jacqueline Fernandez. That song is you know, it's all about summer, fashion, and Jacqueline Fernandez is dancing onto it. It's a good song for weddings because again, people enjoy having weddings in summer. So why don't we go ahead and listen to the song Chittiyan Kalaiyan from the movie Roy.
झुमके मैं कन्ना विच पावे चुम चुम के
Welcome back to Tagtainment Zindagi Rangon Ki. We came back from a short break and I hope you did enjoy the song Chittiyan Kalaiyan. Moving on from Chittiyan Kalaiyan, I'm going to talk about this amazing fruit which is known to be the king of all the fruits, and it usually comes in summer. We all love it. It's a yellow color. I hope if you guys can guess it, and I'm pretty sure you all did, because I'm going to talk about mangoes. Mangoes, first of all, again, as I said, are supposed to be the king of all fruits. They fight from cancer, and it's a beautiful, amazing, yummy fruit, which is good for health. I'm going to talk more about the benefits of it, and I'm going to tell you what are they. But before that, I'm going to talk about some nutrition chart. I have a nutrition chart over here, which basically tells what mango has. And if you guys actually follow this, it's going to be very good. People say that if you eat a lot of mango, because it has sugar, it's not good, but that's not right. Because even though it has sugar, it only has 105 calories. If you just want to take it for one of your servings, it's not bad to have it. And again, people say that if you eat a lot of mangoes, then you get pimples. So that's also not correct, because you do not get pimples because of mangoes. So there are different kinds of mangoes. There are a lot of types of mangoes actually. So starting with, there is one of the type is called a tolofu, and this has very small seed, and it is supposed to be very fresh. It is sweet and creamy. That's what they say. It has a smooth, firm and flesh with no fibers. So that's its texture. The color is vibrant yellow, and this type is actually from Mexico. And what recipes people can enjoy with this is the coconut chicken recipe. So that's what people can enjoy. Another type is called Hayden, and this is from South Florida. Sorry about that. It's from South Florida, and it's supposed to. It comes during the time of the hurricanes and stuff. That's why it's very hard for people to actually, it comes in those countries. So again, as I said, that it's pretty hard for people to get that fruit. Therefore, it doesn't come a lot. And with this one, they also can make coconut chicken recipe with this one. And then moving on, we have Kate. That's also, again, another kind, and it's more popular in Asian culture, and it has a mature green stage, and then it turns into pickles. So people make shrimp out of it. You can make pickles, and you can enjoy it with shrimp, like a shrimp recipe. You can use that, and you can enjoy that as well from there. Another kind is called Tommy Atkins, and this is originally from Florida. And this type it is widely grown. It has a commercial variety, and it's very famous in the United States. And it has a mango, and the recipe that you can enjoy is called mango lime grilled swordfish. So I believe mango goes a lot with seafood, because a lot of people like to enjoy seafood with a bit of sweet and sour taste into it. So mango works with that. First of all, as I again said, that the mature green stage of mango can actually turn mangoes into pickles. And a lot of people love enjoying mango with their pickles. And then what I want to tell you about the screen, about our nutrition chart. It's going to be on the screen, so you can look at our screen right over here. It has 105 calories. It has 75% of vitamin C. It has 25% of vitamin A. 11% of vitamin B6 plus other vitamin Bs, which are good for your brain and heart disease. It has 9% of healthy probiotic fiber. It has 9% of copper, and this copper is for it's good for your production of red blood cells. And we have 4% of magnesium. So these are some good charts to know. Come on, just think about it. Just one little fruit can give you so much into it. So this has a lot of good things into it. And this chart is for the servings of 1 cup of mangoes, that is 225 grams. So let's talk about some good stuff about mangoes. What does mango do? How is it good for you? It first of all, it fights you with cancer. And then this is something very good. A lot of people who are aware of the fact that if they know that cancer is in their family, it runs in the family, then they should eat mango because again, it fights with cancer. It keeps cholesterol in check. Even though it is a heavy fruit, it's still good to eat. Then we have it cleanses your skin. This is something very important. A lot of people ask, how can I make my skin glow? How can you clean your skin? Then this is what you can use. And you know what you can do is you can take the mango itself and you can rub it on the face, the seed of it. When you rub that mango on the face, it also helps you from there. This also helps you for weight loss. This is one big thing that everybody's worried about. How can they lose weight? So well, if you eat mangoes, that's going to help you from there. It regulates diabetes. It helps you work with, take your qualities. It's known to be, again, the love of the fruit, right? So one more thing. It helps you with your vision. A lot of people wear glasses. Even I wear glasses. Well, you know, sometimes my eyesight is not as bad, but I can't read and write if my glasses are not there because I'm nearsighted. However, a lot of people who do want to take care of their vision, they can eat mangoes and it's going to help them with their eye care. It also helps in digestion. After eating your meal, you can always try to have a bit of mango. It will help you in digestion. And if you can't have green tea, then might as well have this, right? It also helps you with your heart stroke. It helps strengthen your immune system. A lot of girls, this is for you. You guys should know this. It actually, not just girls, for everybody. It basically will kill all your germs. It will clean and make you all good, and you're gonna glow off. It also takes care of body scars. And it has high iron for women. That's what the fun. This is one good thing that I learned about it. That this mango has a lot of iron into it, so it will give you a lot of iron. People who have iron problems, they should consider with their doctors and try to have mango. It also reduces kidney stones. Some people who do not know, if they eat a lot of food that is not hygienic, then they do get kidney stones. So they should take care of that, and they can have mangoes with it. And it is a perfect snack, as I told you before, and it takes away your stomach problems. So there are 450 varieties of mangoes all around the world. And in Sindh, which is a part of Pakistan, a province of Pakistan, it has 125 varieties. I won't be able to tell you all of those, but why don't I tell you two of them which are very, very famous. One is known as Sindri mango because it comes from Sindh, and another is called Chausa mango. Chausa is very famous in Pakistan. So, and it's not just famous in Pakistan. A lot of people eat it over here because they will just try to, you know, export it from there and import it in Canada. So if you guys are looking for a mango, they are located at a lot of utility stores, a lot of a lot of grocery stores. And a lot of people, I've seen more, just because of summer, if you go to flea market, they just have tons and tons of mangoes over there. There's one more mango type, which is very famous in India, and it's called Kesar. So Kesar is again always very good for your health. So why don't you try Kesar together with mango, and that's just gonna make your health more better. So I hope you guys all enjoyed all of these facts that I told you, some nutrition chart that I gave you, and I told you that what mango can do to you all. And don't forget, we have 455 varieties of mangoes available around the world in different countries, and every country has its own kind. And it comes out of, you know, it comes out throughout the whole year, but it comes in summer. So for every single country. So why don't we go ahead to our short break, but before we go, don't forget to like our Facebook page and our Twitter page. Welcome back to Tagtainment Zindagi Rangon Ki. I hope that you learned about mangoes because, again, as I said, mangoes are very good for health. Now we're going to talk about a movie known as Queen. In this movie, it's about a young woman who lives in Delhi, which is a country, which is a city from India, and she lives in a traditional family. And this traditional family is very conservative. They haven't been out from the country. They don't know a lot. The girl is very educated, but at the same time, she doesn't know. She's not. She's very shy, and she's not very open to people. So the song that we're going to listen is called London to Makta. But in the movie, I want to tell you that it's starring Kangna Ranaut, and she comes from a traditional family. She goes on a little honeymoon by herself because her wedding is cancelled last minute. The guy says no to her, and therefore she's very depressed and she doesn't know what can she do. So this segment is all about how can you make yourself happy without having people, and how can you enjoy your life. You don't need another second person to make you happy. It's always good to have someone, but you don't always need that. So this movie actually tells you and teaches us and teaches people how can they live their life on their own without depending on another person if they leave you at the last minute by canceling the wedding. You guys should watch this movie. It has very good lesson to it, and when I watched it, I really enjoyed watching it. So the song is again called London to Makta. In this song, Kangna Ranaut and her whole family is dancing on her mehndi, and she has all the mehndi on her hands and everything, and she hasn't danced before as much as she wanted to do it before her wedding, but for this song she actually dances a lot. Going back to the movie Queen, I also want to tell a lot of people that that it's okay to be depressed, but you shouldn't always be depressed in life. You should enjoy, you should go around the world, you should go and you know, you can go out a lot and you can watch new movies. You can go out and explore the world, because this world is very beautiful. And when you're gonna see Kangna actually going to different parts of Europe and meeting new people who she thought they weren't nice at all, but when she actually went to Europe, she met new people and they were so amazing to her. So why don't we go ahead and listen to the song London to Makta from the movie Queen.
चली आ गई उधर करो फिर चली गई यार आ गई चली फिर और चेक करके नहीं ला तू यार
तू होगी 1 2 2 ओ कुड़िए what to do ओ हो गई मुंडे दी पतंगा वर्गी तू एवें उड़दी ओ हो गई मुंडे दी हिला ते चलदी टुक टुक तू करदी मेकअप तू कर दिया अंग्रेजी पढ़दी गिट पिट तू कर दी जिम्मे कोई न साडी विक्टोरिया तू कंटी बिग बैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ जदों नचे पैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा तू कंटी बिग बैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा ओ जदों नचे पैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा माडोना वजदी ओ लाके वारिजिन एथे ओथे कहंदी फैल करते कबूतर वारेगी ओ मेमा फिरदी गुलाबी शेर दा रंग है फिरंगी रखी तू सांभ के आ सानू ते लगदा 100 साल तो चंगी जगह कोई नहीं है बदिया तू घंटी बिग बैन दी पूरा लंदन ठुमकदा
Welcome back to Tagtainment Zindagi Rangogi. You guys must be wondering why do I have teeth over here on my table? Well, we're gonna actually talk to you and make you learn more about teeth. And before I start about that, Wanashit and I invite our guest over here. She is a dental hygienist. So please welcome Hina over here. Hi Hina, how are you
Miriam,
doing?
how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming to our show.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Hina, why don't you tell us something about yourself? Let's start.
I'm a Canadian Pakistani. I was born and raised in Canada, grew up in Milton, and I've been a hygienist for 5 years now.
It's a very long time.
Yeah, it's a very intense schooling actually. It's a very long time. Actually, first did my Bachelor of Science at York University, and then decided to pursue dentistry further in dental hygiene. Okay. So I went to Oxford College in Scarborough. It's a private college. So it actually took a year and a half as opposed to the regular 2 years at George Brown or other colleges. And now I'm working full-time at an office in Cambridge.
Wow, that must be a lot of. So you are in for 5 years.
5 years,
right?
yes.
5 years. So was it that the whole 5 years you were actually still doing your training in the whole time?
No, actually, I completed my Bachelor of Science. Then you do schooling first. So you actually have to write a board exam before actually practicing in Ontario. So you need to basically just pass the board exam. And then you can start working after you get registered and licensed.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, this is a lot of hard work, I believe.
Very.
5 years is a long time for sure, right? So Hina, why don't you tell us what type of services do dental hygienists provide?
Well, we do cleaning, polishing, we do sealants, taking x-rays, doing whitening, what else? Taking impressions, like for night guards and mouth guards. Okay. And basically just giving oral hygiene instructions to make sure that you are doing what you should be doing at home.
Okay. Well, Hina, you know, everybody loves to smile, right?
Yes.
Because this is their one thing.
Yeah.
Right. And your smile is always comes out of your teeth, right? Because if you see the teeth and the whole hygiene part, like, you know, if they're clean or not.
Yes.
So what can people do for whitening their teeth?
Basically, well, a lot of people these days do drink coffee and tea, right? So people can't live without coffee and tea these days. So one simple thing that people could be doing is every time they drink a cup, take some water and do a good swish. That helps with the staining not to accumulate on the teeth. Smoking, it's just whoever smokes will always get that tobacco staining in their mouth, so nothing can be really done about tobacco staining unless you come into a dental office and we can professionally remove the staining. We do, at my office, we are doing Zoom whitening, which is like an in-office whitening, or you can do something called spa dent, which basically you just come in, it's a 40-minute appointment, and we just do it in the office with the curing light in your mouth for 20 minutes, and the results are instant.
So then the stain will go away right after?
Yes, so basically, well, no, we do a cleaning first before doing any kind of whitening, because whitening is always most effective after a cleaning. So we basically will remove any kind of extrinsic staining, so any kind of staining from coffee, tea, a lot of people have tobacco staining or any other, you know, just staining in their mouth. Remove that first, and then basically whitening will just change the color internally, right? So you get a couple of shades brighter after an in-office whitening.
Okay, and are there more sessions to it? Like, do people have to come, you know, for 4 or 5 sessions, or it's done in one session?
Well, basically, it's up to the person. We do one session. Sometimes people don't like the results, so we would do it back to back, and I would put in another tray right away for another 20 minutes in their mouth, so it'll be a total of 40 minutes. And the results are a little bit more brighter, and if it meets their needs, then we just leave it like that. There's at home that we can do. You come in, we take an impression of your mouth, and we make a tray, a whitening tray, and that's specifically for your mouth. And then we give you syringes. There's day white or night white syringes, and you just kind of pour it into the tray, and you would do it at home yourself.
So this tray anybody can take at home by themselves, and they can do it?
Yes, but you got to come into a dental office so we can take the impressions, and that tray would specifically only fit your Like if I make a tray for you, I can't put it in my mouth because my mouth is positioned differently than your mouth.
So you will take their estimate of their mouth then?
Yes.
Oh, this is something good to learn about.
So
then.
and then like with that way, it's like you can do it constantly at home, and the syringes are cheaper. They're only like 25. Well, at our office we don't. It's like 25 bucks a syringe, and you literally just do it at home, and you can just do it at nighttime at your own, you know, at home, right?
Yeah.
For comfort. But the other office. Sorry, at the other technique, which is the spa dents or the Zoom whitening, that's you got to come in physically into the office and be sitting in our chair for like 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Yeah, Zoom whitening takes a little bit longer. It's about an hour and a half, but the results are.
What can you tell more about Zoom whitening too?
Yeah, so like Zoom whitening, we don't really use that too much because we found that Zoom whitening has been, a lot of patients don't like it at our office. It causes a lot of sensitivity. And it's just a lot more time. It takes, basically there's 3 sessions, 15 minutes each in the light in the mouth.
15 minutes?
15, 1-5.
Oh, 1-5,
But
okay.
3 sessions of that, right? So basically like we do the barrier work, so it covers your gums so you don't get any kind of sensitivity.
Okay.
We put it in for your mouth for 15 minutes, take it out, kind of bury it up again, pop it in again for 15 minutes, and we do that 3 times.
That's just like a lot of time consuming. They just have to sit there at the dental office.
And then we found, I mean, the results are awesome, right? But it's just very time consuming. So we brought up a new thing called spa dents.
Okay.
And that's only 20 minutes in your mouth, just the one time.
Okay.
But the results are good, but each person is different. I've seen that some like patients, maybe 2 shades. Some patients get 4 to 5 shades, so it's different each person.
So do you think spa is better than the other one or not?
I think they're. I personally, for myself, when I did it, Zoom worked better on me.
Zoom worked on you?
Yes.
Okay.
But with the spa, like less sensitivity for sure. You don't get a lot of sensitivity on your gums or your teeth right after.
That's true. So do you think when people, how often should people come for their clinic?
Each person is different, but for people that haven't gone at all, you know, they should be coming in at least every 3 months until their gums are back into a healthier state. And then we would switch you into a 6-month recare. For sure, no longer than 9 months.
No longer than 9 months.
Yeah, like there's some patients that can get away with 12 months if they're really good at their home care, like doing good at home. But a lot of patients, they do really fast, right? So they gotta come in and get it professionally cleaned by us. So for sure, anywhere between 3 to 6 months, keep coming in regularly.
Okay, so just coming back, you know, for the cleaning, can you give us some tips about what people can do to clean their teeth at home without going to any dental hygienist?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, basically the proper technique, right? So I brought my little dummy here.
Okay.
So basically, what we do basically is the modified BAS method, right? So you take your toothbrush and you basically just do vibratory strokes 10 times back and forth, half on your gums and half on your teeth.
Don't you think it's gonna hurt the gums?
No, so you gotta do very gentle. Okay, very, like some people, they have this misconception that, you know, if the harder you brush, the more it comes off, but they're absolutely wrong. You gotta brush very lightly, and always buy a soft or extra soft toothbrush. I don't even know why they sell hard or medium at stores. What's happening in result is basically you're causing your gums start receding up, and that causes a lot of problems like sensitivity.
Bleeding.
Yes, sensitivity, as well as it's more prone, because the root is exposed, it's more prone to cavities. Okay, so you're basically doing it very gently, 10 vibratory strokes, and then you're kind of brushing it down. So you're loosening up the plaque that's up on the gingiva, the margin there, and you're just kind of brushing it down.
Oh, so you don't go the sideways, right?
No, you never brush horizontal. And that's what a lot of problem is. A lot of people are getting the receding gums, right? So they don't have the nice, you know, snuff gums. It's kind of receded up, so you see like more of your tooth and more of the root.
Oh yeah, because
Right?
it's with me as well, though.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people, like, they don't know, right? So education is a key, obviously.
It is,
right?
for sure.
So,
yeah.
And for kids, all it is the Fawn's technique. So you're just brushing in circles. So, you know, if I'm on the tooth, yeah, there you go. So you're just brushing in circles everywhere, right? So, and for kids, like, honestly, a lot of kids do not brush their teeth. They'll go in there, bite on their toothbrush, swallow their toothpaste and say, yeah, mom, I'm done, right? So it's very important that parents do go and help their kid and make sure that all the plaque is off. Yes.
Okay.
For kids, there's something called like Listerine has a great one. It's Cool Blue, and what that is, you can get the kids to do a rinse before they start brushing, and all the plaque will turn blue. So what they do is they actually brush off the blue stuff, which is actually plaque.
Which is
It's
all
just plaque.
the germs
the
that they have in
the
there.
bacteria in their mouth.
Okay, what about the bottom of our
So
mouth?
same thing. So you just do the same vibratory strokes for adults, and you're brushing up.
And you're brushing up.
Yeah, and then for the biting surfaces, for sure, you do the horizontal scrub there. For the insides, the same thing. You'll just be brushing up like this. I find that for the bottom teeth down here is where a lot of people get the hard deposits, the tartar build up, right? Because we have the saliva gland down there, so it tends to build up there first. So it's very important that you do floss your teeth, and you basically you can take the toothbrush this way, long ways, and you kind of just flick it up. So that way the bristles are getting in between the teeth.
Okay, what about the people who have some spacing in their like, you know, in between the teeth?
In between, like,
and then the plaque will stick there.
In between. So basically that just means that you got to work extra hard, brushing, making sure it's clean, flossing for sure, and an extra thing would be a Listerine. Listerine 0 with no alcohol, that's been scientifically proven to basically reverse gingivitis, which is gum disease, within 2 weeks. So it's very important, especially, you only do have to do it once, and you do it at nighttime because throughout the day you're eating, right? So everything that you've been eating, you would brush at night, floss, and then do a good 30-second rinse and spit it out.
And then spit it out.
And then brushing your tongue is very important as well. So this right here is just a tongue cleaner. So they have two sides, a regular and a soft. So all you do is you make it into stick out your tongue and just kind of scrape off the bacteria. It's very cool and it works.
So wouldn't it, like, you know, hurt your tongue?
No, because it's just like plastic, right? So you literally just scrape it down and you'll see the bacteria coming off.
That's so gross.
And you literally just rinse it off, and you know, you can reuse it. Yeah, and then when you go to your dental for your next recare visit, ask for another one. And
so this is one good reminder for the people who
bad breath.
Bad breath, and another one that if you keep it and then, you know, when you know when's the time to change it, that's exactly the time for clean. And
toothbrushes, you should always be changing it every 3 months, or even after you're sick, you should, you know, get a new toothbrush because the same bacteria, you know, as well as if your bristles start spraying. So for the people that are brushing really hard, that's an indicator. Like if you start seeing your brushes or your bristles are spraying, that means that, you know, A, you're brushing too hard, and B, you need to get a new toothbrush because you're not doing anything in your mouth.
True. Okay, so talking about the bristles, right? So can you show everybody on the camera that this is how it should look like?
Yes. So this right here, nice and straight. And this is what a good toothbrush looks like. When the bristles start spraying, they're kind of going like this. That's a bad toothbrush.
That's a bad sign, right? That's the way you should change it. And what about the flossing?
The flossing. So basically flossing once a day. What you do is you take an arm's length and you just will wrap it around your middle finger, just like that. So you have your thumb and your index finger to help you, guide you. And you basically do a seesaw motion, you get in and you make the C shape, the letter C.
If we do this way, can we, because I see there's space here. Want to try it on this one?
Yeah. So basically,
I can help you with
this.
Yeah.
Thank you. So basically, you do the C shape, right? You do the seesaw, then you make a C shape. So you're gonna go up and down on this tooth here, and the same thing. You wrap it around the other tooth next to it. You go up and down, and you're just gonna take it out. And
so
then
all of that dirt will come out.
Yes, all the bacteria. If there's any food in between, will come out. And then you kind of just take another piece and do the same thing on the next tooth, and you keep kind of basically why we have it arm's length is so you're kind of using a new area for each interproximal area.
I see. And then they should just throw this out right away, right?
Yeah.
Without letting anybody touch it.
Yeah, garbage. Or something that's easier for people. This literally is a lot more easier, less effort. You literally, the floss is already on the stick. This is called a floss stick. And you literally just get in there, same thing with one hand. You can do while you're watching TV or driving on your cell phone, right?
You've seen people with the stick and then they're putting it in their mouth.
Yeah, on Facebook, whatever you want to do, you just use one hand. again, and you do the same thing, and you
Yeah.
just come out. It takes like 2 seconds.
I always find this one being very hard than the floss stick by itself, right?
If you have very tight contacts, this is a little bit more difficult because the floss that they use in here, it might not be like a satin floss, so it won't really give you that slide, like the easy kind of going in. Whereas this floss is more
Very
silkier,
thin and
so
it
you
will-
can just get right into the tight contacts.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
a,
whatever
that's a very
works
good
for you,
tip.
really,
Yeah,
there's-
it is a very good tip because you know I always found this floss very hard, and I always thought that it hurts your germ. I mean, it hurts your gums.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hurting your gums, that means that you are doing it too hard, maybe, right? Or that your just gums are very swollen. So that's the case of gingivitis, right? So you gotta come into a dental office and let us do a professional cleaning for you to remove all the germs underneath your gums.
Okay, so what can you tell us more about what are some diseases and how people can
Yeah,
get rid
so
of
I
them?
mean, gum disease is a very common disease in adults.
Okay.
Right. So there's two types. There's gingivitis, which is gum, just to do with the gums, and there's periodontal disease, which basically starts affecting the surrounding tissues and the bone. Okay. So this is a little thing that I have from Sensodyne. Our rep came and gave it to us. So where am I? Right here. Yeah. So basically, this is a tooth right here.
We can move it a bit this way. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is basically gingivitis when it starts affecting the plaque is sitting right along the gum line and starts turning your gums are very red and swollen. So when you start seeing that your gums are really red and swollen, that every time you're brushing there's bleeding, or every time you're flossing there's bleeding, that means there's gingivitis present.
Okay. And what is gingivitis?
So basically it's gum disease. Okay. So just to do with just the gums. So the way to reverse gingivitis is brushing twice a day, flossing daily, using mouthwash, and then coming in to your dental, like coming to us, kind of to the dental office and getting a professional cleaning done so we can remove all the plaque that's sitting there. So what happens is when plaque sits on your mouth, it starts affecting the gums. And that's what causes it to be inflamed or red or bleeding or puffy, right? So, but once it's there for a while, then it can start affecting the surrounding tissues like right around, right? And that can basically start affecting the bone that's holding your tooth into its socket. So that's what periodontal disease is, when there's becomes a pocket. So just like right over here, how as you can see, the bone is very far away from the tooth, so there's a really deep pocket. And basically just right over here. So this is our probe, like one of our instruments. So when we measure your pockets and they're very deep, that means there is bone that has been affected, and that's what periodontal disease is. So once these pockets once it starts affecting the bone, there's not much you can do. You need to come in regularly, like every 3 months for cleaning, so we can make sure the bacteria is out, so it doesn't get any worse. Okay, so once it starts your bone level starts decreasing, what's happening is you don't have a lot of bone that's holding your tooth into its socket. So what's gonna basically happen, you're gonna result in mobility. Right, and which is basically your tooth will start moving. Oh my God! Right, because there's no bone that's holding the tooth into its place, right? There's no bone anymore. So when there's no bone, there's no support. So that becomes mobile, and what would happen is it'll just come right out.
Coming out.
Yeah, and a lot happens is also an abscess can occur as well, right? So like an infection that can occur right by the root area. With all these diseases, so you gotta come in. We gotta take an X-ray, see the abscess. We'll give you antibiotics. Hopefully that clears it up. If it doesn't clear up, then we're looking at an extraction of that tooth.
So they're talking about the X-ray as well. We're going to talk about it. Do you want to talk more about the disease? And then I'm going to talk just a bit about X-ray.
No, that's okay.
I wanted to know some about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So do you have more diseases in there?
No, just I mean, there's the regular cavity, right? So that's just the main one. So a cavity is a bad decayed tooth, right? So a lot of people get cavities, especially kids, right? So you got to really make sure that they're on top of their brushing and flossing and mouth rinses especially, because that really helps. Like mouth rinse, literally 30 seconds, you rinse and you spit it out, and that really helps because it really gets to all the areas in your mouth where you're not reaching with your toothbrush.
I know.
Right?
Have you seen those little kids? Like I haven't seen them here a lot, but I remember in my childhood I saw a lot of kids with like, you know, all black,
Black.
biting area. I never
So
understood that.
back in the days, there used to be like the silver fillings, right? So we don't really do silver anymore. At least in my office, we only do white fillings that will match your tooth.
Okay.
So people, when they talk, you can't even tell that they have a cavity ever in their mouth or a filling, right?
Yeah.
Then sometimes there's a crown that's put in for kids when the tooth is really bad. There's a really bad cavity on it, and we can't save it. We gotta do root canal, and then on top of the root canal, we would do a crown, you know, just to protect the tooth. So they would use the silver caps.
Oh,
But
okay.
these days, we only use the white, like the zirconium caps now. So right.
See, and they always say that, oh, you know, your tooth is like basically gone, right? And you see people's their teeth are like, their tooth is coming, like, you know, shredding away from the bottom. What's all about?
Well, every person's different. There could be many reasons why it's shredding. There could be just as you know, they're filing down, either biting their nails or they're just chipping the tooth away, or if there was a filling there before, or they could just be falling off. As a kid, if they ever gotten hit, you would see that their tooth doesn't really come the same way as it would. There would be maybe a different color or a different, because what happens is, like, a lot of kids, if they fall on their front tooth, basically you got to be very careful. You got to make sure that the tooth isn't changing color, or if it isn't loose, because that could affect their adult teeth. Yeah, so it's you got to be very careful with, like, babies, especially when they're running and they have the front teeth. And then you got to make sure, like, you know, that they don't fall on their mouth. And if they do, you might want to bring them into a dental office to make sure that everything is okay.
Everything is okay, yeah. Because we have seen little babies, when they're getting their teeth, they always cry so much.
Yes, because it hurts, right? Because it's ripping into their gums. My daughter's 2, and she has her last molars coming in, so it's like a teething process, right? It's like with us with wisdom teeth, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people have that pain in their mouth, so it's poor kids.
And then by the age of 6 or 7, it comes out.
Yeah.
Right. So what's with that part that it takes?
I know. It's just the way it is, right? So, like, every year there's different teeth coming in, and every year there's different teeth falling out, right? So at the age of 6, basically they have basically just their front teeth, baby teeth are falling out, and they're getting their adult teeth now, right? They start with the bottom and then it goes to the top. That's what the pattern is. So it starts from the bottom, then it goes to top, bottom, top, bottom, top, and then the back molars as well. So the pattern is very different, but it's not like set in stone. Every person is different, right? So there'll be sometimes, like, there's kids coming in that are like 11, but they still have some baby teeth, or that they're 13 and they still have the baby teeth, because it's just taking a longer time to fall out. So sometimes they need to come into the dental office, and we actually gotta extract them out and kind of pull them out.
Yeah, because I remember when I was, I think, about 9 years old, and because I was the only one in my class who had that tooth, right? So I had a tooth which had a line in it, so it looked like it's 2 of them.
Okay.
And then I had to go to the dentist, and I don't know if my dentist was educated in, well, he was known to be the well-known dentist in the area, and he said that, oh, this is not a good tooth for you, you should get it out. And I was so excited to get that tooth out so I can have their ice cream. What's up with this ice cream?
Well, it's just cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it feels better on your gums, right? 'Cause, I mean, it's very tender, so anything cold would feel good. But
So if I did leave that tooth, do you think it would be the same?
where was that tooth?
It was right at the bottom.
In the bottom.
Yeah,
there?
bottom.
So I mean,
there.
I'm sure he had taken an X-ray.
I was very young.
Like,
All I remembered was
some people don't have an adult tooth, so they gotta make sure that they don't pull the baby tooth, because there won't be anything coming up, right? So that's why it's very important when there are teeth that are very delayed in the process of erupting. We gotta take a panorex, which is an X-ray that goes around your full head. It's a picture of all your teeth, and we gotta make sure that you do have baby teeth underneath your gums.
I see.
So sometimes we wouldn't remove teeth because you don't have an adult tooth underneath, right? So I don't know what your case was specifically, but
he
sure
took that
he
too.
knew what he was doing.
He took it out.
Hope so, right?
And I got my ice cream. That's all what I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still talking to you, and why don't we quickly go ahead and take a little break? Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and we're gonna be right back. So keep watching Tagtainment Zindagi Rangon Ki. Welcome back to Tagtainment Zindagi Rangon Ki. We were learning about how you can clean your teeth, and with our guest over here, Hina Qureshi. Thank you, Hina, again for coming for us and telling us about so many good things, as I said. So Hina, we're just gonna continue again, and then can you just tell us for a lot of people who as you said that their teeth are falling off, right? So what can they do to get new teeth?
Well, I mean, there's different options depending on how many teeth are coming out, but there's bridges, there's implants, then there's dentures, right? So with dentures, with all of these things, you gotta come into a dental office and let the dentist kind of take a look and give you the proper assessment.
Okay, and they will take their size and everything.
Yes, so same thing as a night guard or mouth guard. They will take impressions, send it to the lab, and it comes back.
And then it comes back from there.
Yes.
Okay, and do you want to tell us more about pricing? Well, because a lot of people who do not have insurance, what can they do? And the ones who do have insurance, what can
so
they
I mean, with our my practice, we basically bill insurance straight if you do have insurance, because I mean, dentistry is very expensive, right? So we don't really like to go over your insurance. So we always make sure we know what is kind of in your insurance, so you don't have to be really paying out of your pocket. But for people that don't have insurance, it's for cleaning is $125, and that includes the cleaning, the polishing, and exam by the dentist. So they'll let you know about cavities and anything else that needs to be done. And then for children, it's about $75.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the ones who do not have any insurance, this is what it is.
$125 and then $75
for kids.
Yeah.
Okay. And then does this include everything or just the assessment and the cleaning?
For adults and kids, it includes everything. But if you want to take X-rays, we usually charge an extra like $25. So it'll be like $150 for adults.
And the prices always vary, right?
Yeah, by office. Like every office is different, right? But with us, our office is $125.
Okay,
for adults.
that should be good. So Hina, why don't you tell us our viewers, where can they find you?
I'm at Dentistry on Elgin in Cambridge.
Okay.
And I've been there for 4 years. I've been working there for 4 years, and I'm a full-time hygienist. So if you need a cleaning, come on in. We have great dentists working there, friendly staff. Our front receptionist is very friendly as well. So I mean, you'll be like you're at home.
Perfect. Well, since you talked about home, why don't you tell us, how do you take out time for the family?
Honestly, like I work 9 hours a day, so it's really, I only have the weekends to spend time with my little one.
That's a lot of hours to think.
Yeah, so
yeah. That is very true. Well, Hina, thank you so much for coming in our show. I have a little, thanks from Tag TV Entertainment. Well, thank you from Tag TV, Tag Entertainment, to give it to you. Thank you so much for coming. Well, I hope you all enjoyed Hina over here, because she gave us a lot of informative and a lot of information about how you can clean your teeth. What can you do about it? And it's so good, Hina. Even if they don't come to you, they can still use all these tips at home, and they can make their life better. Clean they're not gonna have bad breath. That's another good part about it. Well, thank you so much for coming, and I want to thank all of you for watching us. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. Don't forget to follow on Twitter, and I hope you all enjoy your life. So take care and bye. Thank you so much for watching Tagtainment Zindagi Rangon Ki.